Hey there guys, what's going on? Sai here and welcome back to the channel. And today we are on leaf spring. 5 is going to cover the leaf springs, but before we actually go ahead with the assembly to the axles, we are going to be doing a little mod. What you need for this mod is basically an angle grinder of sorts or a Dremel, and then you want your leaf springs here. It's done an example here. Now I don't really want to go too crazy on the angles or anything like that, but if you look at here, you can see I kind of done like a V notch. It reduces the tension. When they twist, it should increase the flexibility. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. Right then, so to kick things off and do the Chino mod on the leaf spring holders, you want to make a marking on those. Personally, I like to go for pretty much a little subtle angle. You can use a pen, use a knife to score it. That ensures that the leaf spring is not going to be too weak. Always use protection when using power tools. So let's get cracking. Okay then guys, so moving on to the leaf springs. So at the front, I've done quite a lot of research in this subject because there isn't a particular guide on how many leaf springs you should take away from there, from these vehicles at all, anything like that. I mean, it is quite a heavy rig as well. So I don't want to basically compromise the the build quality of the vehicle for the leaf springs to snap at all, anything like that. So I'll make it as robust as possible, but I also want to obviously improve the flexibility of the suspension to be able to be a little bit more capable on the trail and on the rocks as well, climbing over obstacles and stuff as well. So doing a lot of research into this topic, into the leaf springs here. So for the fronts, the go-to seems to be removing the smallest leaf spring here, so that would be that one there. And for the rear, it is basically the middle one, so that one here. In terms of the shock oil as well, which we will cover, best to go a little bit heavier on the front and loose a little bit, lighter and looser at the back. Okay, guys, so we're moving on to the next step now. So we've got the leaf springs all done. So now it is time to mount the leaf spring and the support bar basically to the axle. So this is the rear axle on there. Right, just a little quick note. So as you guys can see, the axle and leaf spring is all done now, all attached. Now, one thing I have not done at the moment, and looking at the instruction as well, is this piece here, which is that one here. So in the instructions, basically telling you to put that alongside with everything else, which is a nightmare in itself. Even without this piece, it's really fiddly task to get that all attached as is, and then obviously line everything up as well with those notches. Now, one thing I have discovered that is quite easy to do as well is basically this piece slots into here. Just pop it in like that, and that's it. And then just obviously mount that to the chassis when it's ready to be fitted. And that's basically the support there. Okay guys, so we're moving on to the rear axle housing now on step 10 of the instruction manual. I've already got laid out all the assembly pieces that we're going to need, or the hardware that we're going to need for the step on here. And basically what it is mounting the rear axle to the chassis. Right, so one thing I've noticed on the step 10 for the rear axle, these two screws, the W05007 and the LS002. Now, they seem to be a little bit too long, to be honest with you. So, not sure what this one is, but this is quite a shorty one. So, that one's fine, but these, which is what the manual is suggesting to put in there, if I feed that through, look at that overhang. What is that? So double check your hardware before you put that on and put the thread lock on, alright? But I'm going to go over these smaller screws. Okay, so that's the reassembly done. Now moving on to the front. So exactly the same process. What I'm going to do is skip this bit and we'll see you right back. Okay, so I think we have a little problem. So as you can see, the axles now are mounted to the front and the rear of the chassis. However, because I've changed the knuckles, steering knuckles for the front, I've got a little bit of an issue with the leaf springs, which I didn't take into consideration. As you can see that knuckle here, if I put a linkage through, that is going to hit the leaf spring. So if I just show that to you here, so yeah, it's not connected to the ball joints, but you can see the link just resting on the leaf springs. That is just seriously going to be affecting the, the suspension. So I may have to look around, maybe reverse the ball joints downwards, and then go run it through that way. So that might be a forward way of doing it. But I'll have to double check with the steering link, steering arm as well, to the servo arm as well, just to see if that will fit and tie out nicely. So yeah, a little bit of a experimental play there, but that is literally step 10 and 11 done. So we're going to be moving on to the shock absorbers next time. Take care guys, and thank you guys for watching. Peace out.